what happened to the Multiversus servers? This game, when it first launched, had some pretty impeccable network connectivity, having rollback netcode, as well as like dedicated servers and everything like that. This was probably one of the better performing just fighting games in general, not alone just platform-based games. And it really impressed a lot of us when it first came out. But since then, there has been a downward spiral when it comes to network connectivity. And the question I'm asking is why? Why is this so bad all of a sudden? The game literally went from being one of the best performing fighting games as far as like network connectivity to essentially being this game again, the City of NT, which has some of the worst online architecture that I've ever encountered in my life. So I have a question, why is that? What exactly caused the servers to kind of explode? I always expected when the game came out a full beta that there would be, kind of an influx of players and stuff like that. And I know at one point there was like over 150,000 players on Steam alone. So I expected that, hey, the servers might kind of crumble, there's going to be additional pressure, a lot of players and stuff like that. But as the actual player count has decreased dramatically, right? I think this would be considered a dramatic decrease by any standard. I expected the servers to actually kind of uptick, less pressure, less players playing. I expected the servers to really kind of balance themselves out, but that never really happened. So I'm kind of asking myself, why is that? So to start with, I would say that Player First Games and the team, ran by Tony, has been pretty excellent as far as feedback. I have another kind of discourse that we'll have in the future about some of the balancing and stuff like that, but collectively, they've been very good about taking the feedback from the community and saying, hey, we need you to fix X, Y, and Z. Sometimes they're a little overkill with it, but this is one thing that literally hasn't been addressed for like 2-3 months. Under every single post, you will see somebody complaining about the servers, and it's rightfully so. If you go to either the Reddit, somebody is going to be in there complaining about the servers. And I think that's also part of the reason why we didn't get ranked this season, is that there's no reason to introduce a ranked mode if literally, the game is virtually unplayable 9 times out of 10. So it's obvious at this point, if it's something that Player First Games could fix, they would have fixed it by now. So this actually does definitely fall back on somebody higher up, right? Big Daddy Warner Brothers gaming division has to probably open up their wallets. I don't know what they did, if they decreased the quality of the servers with the dramatic player count decrease, hey, we don't need that much server occupation and stuff like that. There's not that many people playing. But based off the data mines and stuff like that, this game's still intended to come to several more platforms. I honestly think the game will probably do much better as well once it comes to Switch. And that's definitely going to explode the player count again. Free-to-play game on the Switch, that's going to do massive numbers. So how do you fix this? So this is something that I discussed at length previously in the 5 changes Multiversus needs. One of the main bullet points I had there was network connectivity, specifically things like ping indicators, being able to like have more rigid structure on who you actually match with. Region-based matchmaking. Hey, I only want to match with people in NA. I only want to match with people with green bars. I only want to match with people I can actually play the game with. So that's something that hasn't been implemented. And in a game that's in the way that it is right now, essentially right now the way the game is you can only pretty much strictly play it online. So that means that the online has to be immaculate. If it is not immaculate, the game's virtually unplayable. I know that we're getting an arcade mode with this patch. Shout out to the patch. The patch looks pretty good also. But with the main way that 99% of the community is interacting with this game, the game has to have much better, much robust network connectivity options. You can't just kind of have it a free-for-all. You jump in the queue, and then, what will be. It just can't be a free-for-all like that. Giving players more options to fine-tune who they actually play with, I think it's definitely going to be a boon for the entire community overall. Things like ping indicators, I think that should be standard in a game like this. This guy's ping is all over the place, let's not pair with that guy, Let's give it an option to just segregate the player base as far as network connectivity, because when you want to play the game, you want to play the game, You don't want to be dealing with people teleporting or people from different regions or people on VPNs and stuff like that. And there's also does seem to be quite a bit of issue with the connectivity between consoles and PC players. Anytime I turn crossplay on, there is always going to be some issues. There's going to be people teleporting around. It's just not a good experience for the vast majority of the player base. So the final question I have here is, how does this get fixed? Or do you think they're fixing it right now? I think that they are aware of it. The amount of posts that there have been about this, there's no way that they're ignorant of this. So again, I think this comes down to the higher ups. So, blasting Tony underneath all his posts and saying, fix the servers. If that man could have done it, he would have done it a long time ago. All right, guys. So there's no point in doing that. They know that the servers need to be fixed. So I think at this point, it's going to be kind of a waiting game. I think that the servers hopefully will be fixed by the time rank comes out. Hopefully there's a server fix with rank. That would be perfect. Match made in heaven. And hopefully that will see some of the return of some of the initial players, because a lot of my friends that actually ended up stop playing the game is just, hey, I can't play the game online. Literally, like if I match with certain players, it's just teleporting. The Phantom, it'll tell you it's a green bar with 3 bars, but it actually plays like a 2 or 1 bar connection. Things like that really, after a while, maybe a few times, it's not that bad, but after a while, it really does seem to rub the player base the wrong way. We don't want to be playing matches like this. This is something that's not going to be a good player experience. So let me know down in the comments, how has your experience been with Multiversus online matchmaking? And do you think that this is something that they're working on? Surely they're aware of it. And why has it not been addressed yet? Let me know down in the comments. Till next time, LC signing out. Peace.